Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a craft room tour, which is actually a dining room that I converted into a craft area. On the wall there you can see some pictures I've painted over the years. Let me grab the camera so I can show you. So there's some lighthouse and some nature and cats and tigers and birds and dogs and things like that. So some of the pictures I painted, that one right there is actually not mine. That was painted of me at the fair, but that doesn't look like me at all. I just wanted to show you my crafting area and in its mess so you guys can see that it doesn't always stay clean. You will see a video that's gonna play right now that will show you how my craft room looked like when it was clean. So just one thing I want to say is that my boyfriend was the one that filmed this video while I was talking, and since he was the one that was filming, he doesn't know how to operate the camera, so he was just pretty much pushed record and I was just moving the camera. He was thinking as long as it's pointing it's fine, but it's very shaky and sometimes it's out of focus, so hopefully that doesn't bother you that much. I just wanted to say also that since he was the one that was filming, there was a lot of giggles, so it was just funny to us, and I did cut little things out and just completely got it out of the video, and a couple things I kept for the end so you can hear some bloopers if you like. So let's go into the video, and please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you. Let's get started. Alrighty, so on the first area here I have this 10 drawer storage container. So on the top here I have a box that has little miscellaneous things. Next I have these papers that go with the first 7 projects that I have in here. So let's open the first drawer here. Alrighty, so in the first drawer here I have a journal that I'm making, which is the travel journal, so I have all the papers for it and stuff inside here. Second one is the 70s journal. The next one is a blue journal that I've already finished, but I just need to do little things to it. Next one here is the Paris themed journal. Then I have some sewing journal, another sewing journal, pink journal here. Oh, now it got stuck. Alright, the next one here is just a neutral journal. And then I have some cutouts that I am gonna make embellishments out of. The next has my handmade paper and some little ephemeras that I'm making out of old book pages. And then the last one here is just a bunch of papers that I have either tea dyed, stained, or some book pages in here as well. This container I bought at the vintage store for $4.50. I haven't taken the tag off yet. This is where I store all of my scraps. They're organized by either colors or themes, and this is just an easy access for me. Alrighty, so next here I have the first 4 journals I've made, my first one, second, third, and the fourth. I have some sponges for handmade papers. I have some envelopes and blank cardstocks on there. Alrighty, so in the first drawer here I have a bunch of stamps. I have, there's just a mess in here, but I have a journal. My cameraman is trying to be funny. I have a journal that I stamped all of my stamps in, so you can see so I can see what I have, and that way whenever I'm looking for stamps I just look through there, figure out what I have, and then I go into the drawer and pull out what I need. Alrighty, in the next drawer here, I call it my sewing drawer. I have a bunch of material here, some lace and things like that. I have my needles and thread here. So that's that drawer here. The next one is my failed experiment drawer. This is all the experiments or all the projects I've started and either haven't finished yet or gave up on because I don't either have supplies or don't know what to do with them. So that's what this drawer is for. Let's go ahead and move on to the top here. So on top here I have a Chipotle chips bag that I have all kinds of goodies inside of it. It was for my swap partner for a staff bag swap, but she backed out at the last minute, so I have that sitting on top of here. Next here I have some wooden letters that I have from a previous project I've made. On top here I have some glues that are liquid and then some tapes and adhesives on here. Next here I have some some papers that are little scraps, and then here I have my printer with some printer paper and some little miscellaneous things on top, and then I have some ink on top on the side there. The next drawer here I have is all of my stamps and everything to do with stamping. I have the stamp remover and some Tim Holtz distress inks and stuff. The next drawer here I have some embellishments, embossing powders and glitters and my washi tapes. Next drawer here I have some die cuts and some embellishments that I can't think of the word right now. Anyway, for my hollow bug. And then next drawer here is my drawer called Words. This is all the stickers and ribbons and inspirational quotes and stuff that I have in here besides these things. There are words or quotes and stuff like that. So that's that drawer. Next here is my drawer full with twine, except for a couple items that are ribbon, but mostly twine. Alright, and next here is my drawer full of letters. So I have all stickers and some regular letters and some little embellishments, but all of them are letters. Next drawer is my sticker drawer. I have a bunch of different kinds of stickers that I've either bought or gotten as a gift. Next here is my Christmas drawer. This drawer is where I have all of my Christmas things in it. It could only be used for Christmas, nothing else except for my green and red stickles. The next drawer here is my second drawer full of scrap paper besides the briefcase that I've shown you. It's just the things that didn't fit into that briefcase. And the next one is my regular 11.5 by 8 pieces of paper. They're all different colors that I use for either printing on or to add into journals or to make cards with. Alright, let's move on to the last set of drawers. On the first one here I have some doilies, a bunch of different colors and textures and stuff like that. My next drawer is my metals drawer. So this is all of the embellishments that are metal that I haven't organized yet, but I just put them in the metal drawer. It's old things and some new things and stuff like that. Next drawer is my vintage ephemera drawer. There's a bunch of Tim Holtz items and some things I found at the vintage shop and some stamps that I collected and things like that. Next drawer I call it my cloth drawer. This is where I have everything, all the embellishments that are cloth. So flowers and doilies and feathers and lace and stuff like that is in here. next drawer is my plastic and wooden drawer, which is all the embellishments that are plastic or wooden. Next one is a mixed drawer. I have some vintage items in here. Some embellishments, some cutouts, and I have some little pockets that I put in my drawers. Next one is a Valentine Day and travel drawer. So I have all the Valentine's items in here and some travel items. Next drawer here is some old ephemeras that I've had for a while that I'm gonna look through and see what I can do with them. Some things that I've gotten out and collected over the years. And then the last drawer here is again some vintage items, and then I have some note cards that I got at the Target dollar section that I put in here, which will be using this drawer for just the vintage items, which I'm going to remove all of them and put them in here eventually. And this is an old bookshelf that I reused to create a little storage area here. So let's start from the top. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. So here I have some staples, and then I have little staples in the back here, and some little embellishments here and there. On the first drawer here, I have my Starbucks cards that I've collected over the years, and then I have little embellishments there. First drawer here has my main supplies like erasers and things like blades and things like that that I whenever I'm looking for something, it's usually in here. Next drawer here has crayons, and the last drawer here I have markers, and I also have some crayons here and some pencils here. Then starting from the top on here, I have some a little bucket that has all of my scissors in there, a working brush that I use for gluing, which is hardened right now, and my little lighters. So the first drawer here, I have a bunch of different colored pins in the second drawer as well, which I can't open them, they're so stuffed. Next drawer I have is my regular blue and black pens that we write with. Here I have some pencils, colored pencils. Next drawer also has some colored pencils. And then the last drawer has more of my markers. Here I have some postcards that I received in the mail. So let's go ahead and move on to this little stack. So I have a stack of different boxes. Usually I have different projects going on, and I put them in here. So the top one, let's move it to the table here so you can look at it. Top one is my postcards little box where I put all my postcards, and I have all of my ephemera to send postcards out in here. Next one is all the little things I received from the Wish store, which I will do a little review on, so that's why I have it in one spot. The next one is a little ephemera I'm making, so it's in here. Oops. The next item here I have is some paper clips I'm making and some things I received in the mail. This is one of my favorite ones I received from one of my swap partners. And then I have some flower embellishments. The next here I have some paper clips. I have some giant paper clips I received from a swap partner, and I have some little giant little paper clips stacked here. Let's move on to the next thing, and then this one is where my ribbons go. So I have all of my ribbons in here. And now let's go ahead and move on to the first shelf. So here I have my 12 by 12 papers and my 11.5 by 8 papers. In this drawer I have some 6 by 6 papers, and then I have 6 by 4, I believe, some here and here, and then here I have some leftover things, like the note pages and stuff like that. I have some markers that you write on material, like the material. I have some little embellishment beads here and here, and some playing cards that are Disney themed. So let's go ahead and move to the next one. Oh. Alright, on the next shelf here, I have all of my die cuts. I have some butterflies and bears, and some little ephemeras in the back there, some tags and circles, and some border punches, some corner punches, and then I have this distresser, which doesn't really work. I have my heat tool, my hot glue gun there, some staples, and an empty container of tape. I have my little rulers here, my hole puncher. So here I have my cuddle bag machine, my different cutting boards. This is my favorite one right now. I have a box full of my buttons, and I have buttons on here as well. Sorry, this is vintage ones. This is some old ones I've had for a while. And then I have some sticker maker, which I don't have a refill for it yet. And I have little folding and die cutting machines here. Alright, so on that corner here I have just a bunch of different boxes that I've collected over the years that I haven't found a purpose for. And then the bottom two boxes are full with my tea dyed and coffee dyed papers. And then I have a little trash can on the bottom of the table. Alrighty, here on the table I have a sewing machine that I just set up this morning, and then I have some little embellishments on the side here that would be really cool to display because they're so cute. Look. Alrighty guys, thank you for joining me on this tour of the craft area, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments below. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye! Get down. Get down. Ready? Recording? Tussles? Whatever. Anyway, there's... Okay, now I need to stop. Next here is one of my drawers. What's the word? So on the left here I have I can't open it.